Takeoff, stands up, grows down the line, funnels off, spits, and out comes Owen Wright for what will be the best wave, I imagine, of the final so far.
Love how he fades to really max out the tube time. There's that smooth, calm effort.
And to those people who have never had a tube ride like that, our viewers, our fans out there watching, that is just a wonderful feeling when you're inside all of that energy. That wave has been developed by a storm thousands of miles away, and it's traveled across the ocean. Gabriel Medina.
To answer back right into the barrel, still traveling. Medina comes out standing tall. And now this heat is on fire. Owen's last 6:17 to take the lead. Medina, quick answer back, only needed a 2:85, so a seesaw battle already here at Teahupoo, Tahiti. Rematch from last season. Both these guys starting to heat up a bit for us, BL.
Yeah, is that wave, the size of that wave, good enough to eclipse the 6:17? It was a beautiful ride from Owen Wright, clearly better than the 4.83 in the judges' minds and ours, and so that was some great competitive surfing going on right now in terms of strategic use of the lineup and trying to create opportunities, and these are the two very best. A bigger wave here, let's have a look. Pulls in, gets some long time in the tube. It's a bit sort of, the exit isn't that clean and throaty and round, so that part of it to me might sort of detract a little bit, but the length of the ride, the size of the wave, and the positioning on it, 7.83 for Gabriel Medina.
What a read for Medina. Total commitment and super smooth as he took off right into the barrel to now get the high single score of the matchup. Owen Wright back to second, still with priority, and needs a 6.5.
And deep, Gabriel Medina stalls off the takeoff, and look, it gets so throaty and perfect. Gets the second section, and was just feeling it so much that he was fading even before he was nearly coming out of the tube. There he is, racing, pumping, holding. So many adjustments inside the tube for Gabriel Medina. Will this be the ride that sort of consolidates a final lead for the Brazilian and give him back-to-back victories after that one down in Jeffreys Bay?
Such a great read, and a lot happening inside the pit there. Started off high, it opened up a bit, which allowed him to really drive through the exit.
Had a couple of pumps and then realized that next section was falling, so grabbed the face of the wall and just held on. Owen Wright.
Owen Wright just pulls straight in as well. A solid effort for Owen as he kicks out into daylight. Owen looking to better a 4.6. Last to Medina, 7.10. So Owen was requiring excellence on that wave, chasing an 8.76 for the lead.
Well, Owen Wright at least got a score that's in the ballpark, isn't it? That wave was, what he did there was in that same ballpark as what Gabriel has been doing. So scores should come in for that. He'll still need a ride, I imagine, as we see him stall, pull in. Lovely tube ride, comes out clean. Very similar to Gabriel's in a lot of ways, as we see it here. Maybe a little bit smaller wave. Takes off, pulls in. Never in doubt, never challenged, so controlled inside the tube. On the other hand, Gabriel had some adjusting and some things to do to try and maximise his time in it.
Love that quick fade and coil up. How technical is that takeoff to set up the pit, BL?
Yeah, well, he had time to do it, didn't he? Sometimes you're falling and you end up on your tippy toes because it's so steep. That one he kind of got to paddle, jump to his feet and decide what he was going to do on his own terms as we wait for the scores. And this score, in a way, kind of gives me the feeling that we get a sense of emotionally where the judges are at. You know, there's black and white clarity, logic, and all of that stuff that goes into judging, and it's a hard thing, but you're human, and there's emotion, and there's sentiment, and this score here gives me the sense of we'll get a feel for where that goes, because if it's right there and it's up with that 7.83 and the judges go, well, now it's game on, you get a sense that the momentum shift up until this point, although Owen had played the game better, Gabriel had surfed it better and got the better waves, and the momentum was going his way. Depending on this score, will give us a feel where emotionally this final is starting to steer itself.
It's just so amazing just to think how much barrel time these two have had this past week here at Teahupoo, Tahiti, spending more time in the barrel than they have in their bedrooms with where they stay in Tahiti here on land. It's been an incredible week of surfing, and even going before that to the trials with Kauli Vast. winning that event to represent Tahiti, knocking out world number 1 Kolohe Andino. So many stories changing in the title race. Toledo making it an extra round into the round of 16 to move into that number 1 role. But there's some more scenarios to catch up on. With now 12 minutes to go, Medina coming in this event 7th in the world, has some opportunity to really be in that top 5 picture. And numbers coming in, we'll get a real solid feel of the reaction from the panel on last of Owen Wright. They've had the chance to check out the replay. It's a 7-7-3, just under Medina's 7-8-3. Owen still second, but now right in the game, beating a
moment. A couple of great scores from Owen Wright without priority, a couple of great selective waves. Well done, and he created that opportunity. And while Gabriel had something in his mind that he wanted, he wasn't sort of reacting to what was in front of him. He's thinking he has something in mind, and while he had that in mind, Owen was reactive and turned the final his way. 1 minute to go. Owen Wright, 7.9, he did improve.
Gets another keeper, back-to-back waves under Medina's watch, now forcing Medina to need a 9.24. Owen Wright is probably in disbelief. What a last couple of minutes to get 2 strong keepers, throwing away his 6s and 7s from the start of this matchup, and waiting an entire year for the rematch against Gabriel Medina. Now we're down to 35 seconds.
It might be his. I don't want to jinx him, but a 9.24 is a massive score. And it doesn't look like there's much coming. 30 seconds. Owen Wright might have just stole the final from Gabriel Medina after Gabriel looked like he'd managed it so well up until that point. But it was Owen sniffing around underneath that priority, creating opportunity. 15 seconds, Joey.
Oh, and standing on his board to just get a glimpse of the horizon. 10 seconds is a lot of time for Medina, a 2-time event champ. As we are into the countdown, what a story for the Australian. Owen Wright coming back in back-to-back finals. He got the rematch he dreamed of against Gabriel Medina. 9-1-7 and a 7-9. Owen Wright, your 2019 Tahiti Pro Teahupoo champion.
And I think the tears are flowing for Owen Wright right now. It's been an emotional couple of years for Owen. Heartbroken last year. We saw in the play on the splashing of the water when he lost last year. This year, he gets revenge. 2 great mates celebrating a fantastic final.
Well, every time he got spit out of a tube, especially the last couple of days, it just felt like he was surfing on pure heart, pure glory. Every single bit of this event meant the world to Owen Wright. Returning to a wave of consequence and surfing it fearlessly after what he's been through at waves like Pipeline that almost ended his career. To be on top of this event is a massive day for Owen Wright.